If you think of emotions as landscapes and thinking about your internal weather of all of your emotions that are going on, what that landscape would look and feel like, I feel like that often translates into my work and onto the canvas. My name's Celia Lees. I'm an abstract painter that's based in Toronto, Ontario, and I mostly do large-scale artwork. The process for me when I approach the canvas is very intuitive, so I really like to be in the moment with my artwork and just allow everything around me to influence my work and dictate what's going on the canvas. Art and painting starts as a question. I have all these questions that feel so unanswered all the time. They're not answered by having conversations with people. They're not answered by words I can say. The only thing I feel like I can do to answer these questions is go to the canvas and be in my studio and paint. Oftentimes I find that my work begins in solitude and then it ends in connections. It becomes a completed thought at the end of the day that is something that people are able to digest. It often becomes a way of offering connection without needing to speak directly. I get this and they can't often articulate why. I really strive to put that sense of connection into my work. Always taking inspiration from my relationships, conversations, and experiences that I have with other people. But when I'm in here, have nobody around, just have my headphones on, have my music, it's so therapeutic for me and in my own element. Music is definitely a huge influence on my process because it changes the way that my body moves in terms of energy. A lot of the time when there's no lyrics, it's a lot easier to just focus on the music, just kind of flowing with it. Really get me in that headspace of I'm ready to share something. Each piece is just a timestamp and a journal and a way to capture the present moment of life. I do think that the mundane and the day-to-day and the little conversations you have with someone on the street, even more importantly, your relationships that you have with people, those things are never captured. And it's so interesting to me to be able to look at a box on the wall and take all of my lived experiences and put them into that box and translate every single little tiny thing about my life and just capture it. My practice is always shifting and growing and changing because I am too. I find that I don't go back to the canvas and reapproach it the same way over and over and over again because every single day I am a different person. Nothing stays too still for too long. Things are always moving. In each piece, I find it builds on the last in a way that feels intuitive. It's a slow, sometimes intentional, sometimes unintentional accumulation of questions and discovery. I find that a lot of my pieces are different, but I always strive to have a consistent language or a consistent thread that goes through all of my work, rooted in different feelings and form, even as it keeps evolving. It begins super personal, and then it becomes something that's shared and where other people can see themselves in part of my work and look in it and see reflection. My art has to speak for itself because a lot of the time I'm unable to explain it exactly what it means. I do see different sides of myself, and oftentimes I do find that being in here, a lot of people that I do have relationships with not in here, they don't know me in here. They only see it through the canvas. When I'm painting and I'm doing my own thing, it really is my own world that I'm just transported in by myself. It's always been really important for me to be vulnerable in my work. If I give myself to it, I hope that it will give back to me in the way that I'm present with it.